Hello, everybody. Welcome to LRGA Curves today. Zyrene, wake up. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell on your way in. Curvies. Curvies. Come out to play. Curvies. Come out to play. Curvies. Come out to play. Okay, you guys, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, go ahead and ring the bell so you can get notified next time we upload videos over here on LRGA Curves. Now, let's see. I pressed something too many times. Let's close that. Oh, no, it was just enough. Let's see while people are coming in. Let's put this one up. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin, comedian extraordinaire. You know, she's used to getting excommunicado because of her kerfuffle with Andy Cohen. Remember when she was like, "Oh, he's high on cocaine and drunk." Remember, she was like, and then she got fired from the New Year's Eve stuff some years back. But she was fast friends with Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper prior to that. And then they had a falling out. And then she got blacklisted also because of, or should we say whitelisted, because of what she did. Remember that art she did with Trump where she had a rubber head of Trump and it had bloody things, and they decided that was a threat. It was violence. And so she got totally in trouble for that. Do you guys remember Kathy Griffin getting in trouble for that? So it's been a hard decade for Kathy Griffin. And we used to always see her with her mom who passed, rest in peace. And well, she was on TikTok. She has a TikTok page and she has some thoughts about P. Diddy, about the election, about Jay and Bay. So we're going to take a listen to these videos. I'm going to let them play. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, go ahead and ring the bell while I get these videos queued up. Go ahead and smash the like buttons. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for being here today. Let's get a like before I post this video. Can we get a like before I post this video? I see 3 of you in the house. Let's get a like. And then we'll go ahead and watch these videos. Smash that like button. Smash the like button. If you don't know how to do that, you can either double tap your screen if you're on your phone, or you can use the 3 dots at the top. And I believe that opens it up for you to be able to smash that like button. Let's get a like on here. Share the video if you haven't already. And smash that like button. Let's see. Smash that like button. Oh, you guys would rather leave than smash the like button. I get it. I get it. Likes are free, though. Likes are free. Let's see. 2 people in the house. No likes. Are you guys, I hope you guys' fingers are okay. Or your thumbs are okay. Oh, there we go. We got a like and 2 more people. Right on. Oh, no, we didn't get a like. We did not get a like. We did not get a like. Somebody put a like and took it back. Is it still there? Let me refresh this. Smash the like button on your way in. Ring the bell so you can get notified. Share the video if you haven't already. Right on. I think we just got a like. Now we have 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this video now because that was a little interesting interaction, Curvies. You guys with me today? You guys with me today? I usually don't have to ask that many times for you guys to like. Y'all still like me, right? Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Ring the bell. So now I'm going to go ahead, since we finally got the like, thanks so much, BT Dubs. I'm very grateful for it. Keeps us in the algorithm. And since I finally got a couple likes, I'm going to go ahead and share this Kathy Griffin. It's two videos, and let's start with this one. I hope we can hear it. Sometimes technical difficulties.
Hi, guys. Okay, a lot to talk about. The debate was last night. Tim Walz won, thank goodness. And that JD Vance, I'm just going to say it, he looks like a date rapist. And I know on this many of the apps you have to say grape instead of taking out the G, but he looks like a date rapist. I mean, if you were going to cast him in a Lifetime movie, that's who he would play. And yes, obviously, I'm an unapologetic liberal. So, Trumpers, when you come at me with your hate, I'm not even going to read them, so don't even bother. Just move on. Now, I'm making coffee. I do, okay, I'm still in the Diddy rabbit hole. So, I'm following an account called at Kenesha. And I think it's at Kenesha Lynn, actually. But I'm learning all about a woman named Jaguar. Oh, my filter just went in and out. Did you see that? Okay. I'm learning all about a woman named Jaguar Wright, who I admit I didn't know who she was. And I I really want nothing but real evidence. What I mean is this thing's spread so far and wide, including like I just think it's so sad but horrible that we're in a world where we have to be pretty convinced that Justin Bieber was probably raped by Diddy and Usher. Like, what? And I will say this though, once you start throwing in the word Illuminati, you lose me because you just sound crazy. And don't throw in the Obamas as being connected to this in any way. There's no tapes of the Obamas. Just shut up about that. That's so disrespectful for their legacy. Anyway, I am continue to be obsessed, and I'm following this account, like I said. Well, I'm following many accounts, like Trey. I'm following his, and he's a real life reporter. And like I said, this girl Kanisha, and I'm just gonna say this. This is just my observation, and if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But okay, look up this girl's feed, and by the way, follow her. Like I don't wanna, I'm not, I don't want to be with her at all. I actually love her feed, but I, I think she may be a Caucasian lady who, how shall I say this delicately, speaks in a manner, no, who uses, no. Okay, if you're young, look up a lady named Rachel Dolezal. Now, I'm not saying this girl is the full Rachel Dolezal at all, but number one, her knowledge of hip hop is very impressive. I just, there's a secret dark part of me, a dirty part of me, that wants her to just be a white lady who thinks she's an African American lady. Only because that never gets old with me. It never gets old. I have talked about this. I worked with Eminem. I'm in the beginning of the Real Slim Shady video. I played the nurse. I talked in one of my comedy specials about it was really funny being on that set because Eminem would go back and forth between talking like a Caucasian man and talking like a not Caucasian man. And there was a time when in the culture, like in the 2000s, that was really accepted in a way that we just wouldn't now. But my inner comedian, I can't help it. That shit cracks me up. So anyway, I know I'm getting away from the real story, and I will continue to follow all things Diddy and who's next. But I don't think he should take the fall by himself. There's too many people that he paid off, and I want to know like he paid off like the mayor of Miami or something. All right, yeah, I went there. I went there. I'm just glad that the Dems won the debate last night. Remember, election day is November 5th, and vote blue all the way down ballot. All the way down. Remember, without the House and the Senate, President Harris can't do what you need her to do. We have to have the House of Representatives and the Senate. Then you can pass a bill. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
So that was
Hi, you guys. We have
Kathy
lots to talk about. The
Griffin.
debate was last night. Tim Walz won. Thank goodness.
Sorry. So that was Kathy Griffin's thoughts on P. Diddy and Justin Bieber. And look, Jaguar Wright has been going around saying a lot of stuff since 2017. Nobody has sued her. However, she has had a lot of interactions with the Popo over suspicious situations. And yeah. So those were those thoughts. Now let's get to the J and Bay of it all.
First of all, just let me show you how gloomy it is today. Reviews. In fact, I even had to lower myself and watch that piece of shit Piers Morgan interviewer.
Okay, let's start from the
Hi,
beginning.
guys. Okay. First of all, just let me show you how gloomy it is today. Look at that. The fog. You can't even see the water. Morning, you guys. Okay, first of all, who's going to be honest about how often, if you have dogs, they have accidents in the house? Because I have 4 dogs, and my honest answer is daily. Daily. Okay, now granted, hold on. I'm making coffee. You know me, it's going to take me an hour to make coffee. First of all, look at my banging body, all right? I'm 63. This is ridiculous. I think she's wonderful. Okay, so we're going to get to Diddy news because I am way too much immersed in following it. And did you see the press conference yesterday with the lawyer who, frankly, looks a little shady, but for now he's on our team, so we'll take it. Oh, cool. Sorry, my coffee machine is so complicated that I don't know which days it's gonna tell me to clean it or something. So I've already confessed I use Ensure instead of cream or milk, which is something for old people to give us iron or something. So I just use it as a creamer, but that's not its intended use. And no, obviously I'm not a paid spokesperson. I like this one better. I don't know the name of it, but it just tastes better. Okay, and then I do 3 Splendas, which I know is a lot. Like how I have the old cocktail waitress days coming right back to me. And yet I still think coffee is bitter. But I do think a cup in the morning is good if you're trying to stay regular. You heard me. Yeah, I just talked about trying to stay regular right to your face. It's an important key of life. Okay, so there were 120 lawsuits that are actually written up. Now these are civil claims, and that's something I know about. I've been in civil court many times defending myself since my Trump photo scandal. And if you're too young to know what that is, look it up. Also, you've been under a freaking rock. So I don't know if this is a class action suit, which means many participants go under one claim, or this guy's got such a big office he can handle 120 clients. But of course, sorry about the noise. Of course, I've been watching more Jaguar Wright interviews. In fact, I even had to lower myself and watch that piece of shit Piers Morgan interviewer just because I was so desperate to hear what she would say. And let me tell you, she did not hold back. You could see him getting nervous, which I enjoyed very much, but just watch it and let me know your thoughts because she very much includes Jay-Z and Beyonce and calls them a nasty couple. Whoa. And yet, look, if you're going to throw the Kardashians in with this and act like they were part of systematic rape, that's the word you have to say on here, then, hold on. Then, I guess if you're really going to name names, then you got to name all the names. And the names we don't want to hear I mean, obviously, I'm a Beyonce fan more than a Jay-Z fan because I'm a woman and I relate to her music a lot more. But anyway, that I am now joining the chorus of people that am fearful for her safety. Like, she, okay, so right now she's probably the most prominent whistleblower because she's not a woman saying that she was a victim of this. She's saying she witnessed it. And there are more victims coming out, and this is all alleged. These are all charges. But let me tell you, when the Southern District of New York, the famous SDNY, when they put together their case, everybody knows they have a 95% conviction success rate. Sorry, I'm making a black eye. I'm one of those. I need a lot. I need a real kick in my butt to wake up because I'm too obsessed with following this case. And let me segue right into the Menedez brothers because all you Menedez follower idiots that have the nerve to come on my page and give me crap about jokes I made about them can blow me because I went on record before anyone. In fact, look up an article I did in People magazine, which still exists, where it was very, very controversial for me to say during the Menedez trial one, and remember there were two trials, actually three, I think, but the first one I watched in real time on something we used to have called Court TV, which I really miss, and now Law and Order is the closest thing. But it was live streaming before there was streaming of the Menedez brothers case. And I was very public about saying, look, even the boys, as we used to call them then, don't deny shooting their parents to death, killing their parents. But I just don't buy that you just wake up and blow your parents' faces off for nothing just because you want money. They already had money. They already had Rolexes. Everybody said it was, the oldest reason in the world, money. They were hooked up. And, I felt like I'll never forget the day I watched, in particular, Lyle's testimony live. And it sounded very, very credible. And so I did used to do a joke in my act about like, look, if you're going to stick a toothbrush up your son's butt, be prepared for him to blow your face off. That is, I don't really care if you think it was a funny joke or not. It was a joke that also let the audience know where I stood on that issue. And as a comedian, I feel strongly and have paid the price more than any comedian in history. Feel free to Google me. That sometimes within humor you can make a statement. And, these idiots are hopping on my feet going, how do you feel now, Kathy, about the Menedez brothers? The same way I always did, you ignorant, stupid idiots. I actually have a painting from Eric that he made for me in 2010 and sent me. And I have spoken to Lyle twice. So I think it is amazing.
Okay, real quick, Curvies. Let me see, what did she say? Is Kamala Harris really black? Ron Garcia, that is a great question. And I think Candace Owens might have the answer. Go check out Candace Owens episode 70, which is removed by YouTube, when she revealed that the lady in Candace revealed in episode 70. This is a sidebar, you guys, because Ron Garcia is in the house. And he has a point. So last week or so, Candace did episode 70 through 75, which all focused on the biology, the biological makeup of Kamala Harris. YouTube swiftly removed the video in which Candace Owens revealed that the woman who she put in her autobiography book called The Truths We Tell, where she was pictured next to what appeared to be a dark black woman, And she said, "Oh, this is me and my grandmother." And then she's like, "This is me sitting on my grandmother's lap in these two pictures where the woman was obviously black." And because we know Kamala's mom is Indian, but it says Caucasian on her birth certificate. And so, as it turns out, Kamala's grandmother, her biological grandmother, this woman named Miss Iris, who she keeps talking about, died 4 years prior to Kamala Harris being alive. Therefore, that black woman who she said was her grandmother cannot possibly be her grandmother, you guys. And Candace Owens revealed that it's possibly the help, because Candace Owens um, revealed also that Kamala Harris's family, which I've already known, but she reiterated the fact that Kamala Harris's family is slave owners, Irish slave owners that settled in Jamaica and had well over 1,200 slaves, and that worked their sugar farm or something like that. And so she was running around taking pictures with the workers and then passed them off as her grandmother when she runs for president. You guys, that's a whole other video. We kind of got into it last night. Check out our late night LRGA Curves After Dark last night talk. We went into it a little more. Anyway, I stopped the video here on Kathy Griffin because she was just talking about the Menedez brothers. And I was a little girl when that happened, and I couldn't fathom. I was like, ooh, something really had to happen for them to go in the room and do that to their parents. And I was like, so, I love my parents, and I believe that verse in the Bible, honor thy mother and father that your days might be long, right? So I couldn't even imagine doing that. And I thought they were just evil, spoiled kids, because that's what they made them out to be. On what Kathy Griffin just was talking about on Court TV, they just kept saying they were evil, spoiled kids who just took and took and took. And then how they paid their parents back was by unaliving them. Well, Sloan Bella, the psychic, yes, Sloan Bella, check her out here on these YouTube streets. She's the same psychic who last year channeled Kim Porter, P. Diddy's supermodel wife, who died mysteriously of pneumonia. And Corey Gamble was at the house that morning, Kris Jenner's now live-in handler. I don't know who's handling who over there, but Corey Gamble was at Kim Porter's house the morning the paramedics came and found her unalived, you guys. And she died mysteriously at 46 of pneumonia. Okay. Anyway, yeah, right? Elders and my family. Exactly, Ron. Like, I feel like that's key. And I think that's missing in today's society greatly. All of a sudden, the youngsters be telling us, well, you got to earn my respect. No, it's supposed to be a given just based off of the hierarchy. I kind of feel like it's supposed to be a given that you're supposed to respect your elders, period, point blank. And now all of this back and forth where you got to earn something from a child that they're supposed to be learning from you, whatever. Anyway, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ron. Yes. So Sloan Bella recently, hi, Mamere, thanks for coming through. Sloan Bella recently did a video where she was talking about the Menedez brothers. And after the whole P. Diddy revelation last year, Sloan Bella's so good that she said that P. Diddy was going to have trouble starting around Easter. That's exactly when it started. She also said that he was not going to be incarcerated from that initial interaction with police, and that it wouldn't be until October 2024 that he actually went to jail. And where is freaking P. Diddy? In October 2024 in freaking jail. So I'm like, Sloan is good, you know? And so she also said about the Menedez brothers that the Menedez dad was an attorney for the Hollywood elites, and that they allegedly let their sons out to be used as sex slaves. pretty much sex trafficked their kids, you guys. And she was just mentioning, Kathy Griffin just mentioned that in the testimony on court TV back in the day when this was happening, one of the Menendez brothers said their dad used to put toothbrushes in his butt. Look, I'm a parent, and that's nowhere in What to Expect When Expecting. That's not in any parenting book. The only thing, and I was leery about that, I never did an anal thermometer on my kids. I always did the forehead one because that was just, I was like, why are we sticking glass in there? And mercury is poisonous. And what if they clench and it breaks? I was like over there, okay? So I never even did rectal thermometers on my kids, okay? More or less a freaking toothbrush. Dude, that's fucking nasty. And everybody thought the kids were embellishing and weren't listening to them. And so Sloan Bella said that's really why they unalived their parents, was because they had been put out allegedly like Usher was done, allegedly like Justin Bieber was done, and they had been let out to the weirdos to abuse them. And then to pacify them, their parents would give them anything they wanted, but the mother was in on it and the father was in on it. Allegedly, let Sloan Bella tell it. So I think it's really interesting that this is all coming out now. And now we have, no way, Mamere. Yeah. Oh, they do have a lot to say about Sloan. Well, I know she used to be a stripper, and I think she had like a substance issue, perhaps. And she moved out when she was 14. I think she's been on her own for a long time. So I bet they have a lot to say about her. She's lived a really interesting life. But as far as like what I know of her, so far what I've heard her say, it's happened. So I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I just wanted to interject that as far as what Kathy Griffin is saying right now, that the Menendez boys were abused.
That it's coming out that their father, Jose Menendez, also allegedly molested at least one of the members of Menudo. And that guy made a whole special about it, which you can see. And he's also very credible, in my opinion. And I don't know if they're going to get pardoned. I fear that because it's an election year, it won't happen. But I'm watching the Ryan Murphy series. It's very over the top, but I'm watching it because I'm interested in the story. And then the docu-series starts on Netflix this week as well, which I'll watch. But I've watched everything I can on those guys. And, I've always thought that they absolutely had a reason. And when they sat on that stand and described it in detail, you guys, you have to understand, it was at a time where the majority of Americans thought that that crime was impossible. Like, I remember a dude saying to me in real time during Menendez 1, which is what they called the first case, Menendez 1, a Cuban guy that I knew, and he said, "Oh, I know the brothers are lying because in our culture, we don't
Oh my gosh.
sexuality, and the father could."
Mamere, you brought up the Frankist. You guys, Google what a Frankist is. Google that shit. I think our country might be being led by Frankists, obviously, allegedly. I don't know. But Google what they do. No, I'm not Jewish. But if you ask the show, I'll show your comment, Ryan. I'm not, that's not my religion. I'm not Jewish. No. Yeah. I believe in God Almighty and Black Jesus. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, the brothers were victims. Their father comes from an old Frankist family. Google Jacob Frank. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You know, I love a rabbit hole with you. Let's see. Can we do this? I'm just going to do a slight Jacob Frank. You guys know I love a rabbit hole. So Jacob Frank was a Polish Jewish religious leader. And this is also in those episodes on Candace Owens that I mentioned earlier, episodes 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. She touches on Frankis. Okay. She touches on this a little bit after she revealed that Kamala Harris's parents were both registered communists. Both of them were registered communists. Then they come to America and infiltrated the civil rights movement. Allegedly, allegedly. Okay. So Jacob Frank was a Polish Jewish religious leader who claimed to be the reincarnation of the self proclaimed Messiah. The Jewish authorities in Poland excommunicated Frank. Frank arguably created a religious movement now referred to as Frankism, which incorporates aspects of Christianity and Judaism. The development of Frankism was one of the consequences of the Masonic movement and the Sabbatat Ziva, and the religious mysticism followed socioeconomic changes among the Jews of Poland, Lithuania, and Ruthenia. Historical background: there are numerous outbreaks. Okay, early life, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what the Frankists do. Okay, consequent to the disclosure of the Congress of Brody, Haram, Sabbath, Bishop Frank followers destroyed tremendous loss of Jewish libraries in that era. The critical moment, Jacob Frank proclaimed his self-successor, assured his adherents, received revelations from heaven. The Roman Catholicism were being actively carried on higher representatives of the church. Okay, discussions. This has always been around since 1759. The rabbis energetically repulsed their opponents. He was sent to prison for 13 years, but it increased his influence. Accompanied by his daughter. I think he ended up marrying his daughter or some shit. Let's get in. Yeah, it's a really nasty story, you guys. Let's see. It's a really nasty story. And I don't know if they're going to let me tell it, but you guys go Google it. Okay. Is this the guy who married his daughter and she was considered the uh did he marry Minnie Francis, Frank inspired, accompanied by his daughter, traveled to Vienna. Maria regarded him as dismentor. Ultimately, Frank deemed unmanageable. He had to leave Austria. No, I think I got Frank mixed up with the guy who invented the Lima. But you guys go Google this yourself. Let's get back to Kathy Griffin.
No,
There's only one more video after this.
It just would never happen. So just remember, there was a whole world before you were born where shit was different. So don't come at me about the Menedez brothers. And Rosie O'Donnell deserves some love in this department as well. She's been speaking out. They never denied they killed their parents. They did for like the first week or something. But all through that trial, it was all about leading up to what? First of all, just let me show you.
Okay, one more video from her.
Hi, you guys. It's Kathy Griffin back again. Okay, so I'm still in a Diddy rabbit hole. Don't worry. But I just want to tell you something that I thought was interesting. So now that I'm 63, single, and sexy, I go out like more than I've ever gone out in my life. And so I have a friend who works at Santa Anita racetrack, and I've been to the races a few times, and it's just out of my lane, and it's wild and it's fun, and the horses, I promise. So I went on Sunday because they had this thing called the California Crown, and it was like so star-studded. Like I was firmly on the do list, don't worry. But this is what Billboard magazine says: the celebrities in attendance. Jay-Z, Cher, Sharon Stone, Kathy Griffin, Mario Lopez, Jesse Metcalfe, Corey Gamble, Beyonce.
Okay, you guys.
Okay. That's my.
Corey Gamble, I just mentioned, was at Kim Porter's house the day she was found dead, unalived, due to pneumonia, they said, at 46. Not many 46-year-olds die of pneumonia just suddenly. Like within a week, she was dead. Like she was fine, and then she was dead. So, isn't that interesting that Corey Gamble's name came up again in relation to this party? We're going to listen to this twice.
So now that I'm 63, single and sexy, I go out like more than I've ever gone out in my life. And so I have a friend who works at Santa in a racetrack, and I've been to the races a few times, and it's just out of my lane, and it's wild, and it's fun, and they take great care of the horses, I promise. So I went on Sunday because they had this thing called the California Crown, and it was like so starstruck.
Yeah, she does, Mamere. She's looking great.
Don't worry. But this is what Billboard magazine says: the celebrities in attendance. Jay-Z, Sharon Stone, Kathy Griffin, Mario Lopez, Jesse Metcalfe, Corey Gamble, and Beyonce. Okay, I'm that's my tune. I'm okay. I'm not gonna say Beyonce's involved. I'm admitting I'm terrified there's a video of Beyonce. Like I'm terrified they drugged her back in the day or something. Remember, when Destiny's Child started, she was a freaking teenager. Um, and I just thought it was interesting that Jay-Z, who the rumors are that he's the next big one, which is almost unfathomable, right? Well, it's actually completely unfathomable. But if that were the case, now I'm just spitballing here, I know nothing. I just said my name is Amanda, that was one of the celebrities here. No, but it, first of all, I just think showing up at a horse race, which is kind of a chic event, but also a family event, with, I'm just saying people are very, like, they're very named. And, like, there's very speculated on. Now, look, people are also saying stupid shit like Oprah. Like, oh, Oprah is the top of the pyramid of Diddy. No, use your head. I'm just fearful that Beyonce, who has been famous for a very long time, I am fearful that she is one of the victims. That's what I'm fearful of. And I I thought it was interesting that, like I said, Jay-Z was like in a horse race when he's supposedly the next big name. Like, unless maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm on a different TikTok algorithm than you guys are. But um, I couldn't find a picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z together. I just feel like Jay-Z is really good to Diddy level or Diddy style, even. I'm sorry, Diddy and all its horrible. I just feel like Team Beyonce is not going to let it out. I don't know. Hi guys, sorry. First of all, I want to say that everything I've said so far in the last video is alleged. Allegedly. I'm on like TikTok rumor now. But I just want to clarify that I did see Cher there. I did see Sharon Stone there. I did not personally see Beyonce and Jay-Z. I did see Corey Gamble. So, but I can tell you that I laid eyes on Beyonce and Jay-Z myself, so I can't tell you about the kids or not. And also, I want to reiterate, my fear is that somehow Beyonce would be one of the victims from back in the day. I'm not blaming her in any way, shape, or form. And also, let me be clear about the most important thing. I'm doing this all based on freaking TikTok. So I took the deep dive too far. Sorry. Hi guys. Okay. I'm losing my voice, and I actually have a vocal implant on my left vocal cord. I had surgery recently. It's a long story. I had lung cancer, and then I got injured. And I know my shirt's backwards, but I'm wearing pants today, so I'd like a prize for that. I don't normally wear pants in the morning. Okay, I'm coming. 4 dogs. Um, so I have a confession. Well, I have many. And this one is that I've been so obsessed with the Diddy story online instead of like reading just the newspapers, which I subscribe to all the actual newspapers. But okay, I'm just gonna say it. I went to bed early last night, right? Nothing wrong with that. But I got up at some, like, when it's so dark, it could be like, you know, 10 at night or it could be 5 in the morning. Well, I went to bed really early, and so I got up at 11, and I don't know what came over me. But I have a screening room in my house. Yes, I'm fancy. I have a screening room. And I went and got these candies out of the screening room, which are for guests. They're not for me. And then, look, I had to put scotch tape because they kept opening and spilling all over. And then, like a crazy person, like an animal, I sat in bed eating Reese's Pieces and M&M's, which, by the way, no offense to the company, they're not even like my favorite candies. Like once in a while, I really crave them, but it's not like my weekly. Anyway, guess what? I feel sick now. I feel sick because I kept scrolling and scrolling and going down the Diddy rabbit hole more. And by the way, I just want you guys to know, I actually don't talk about this in my act because I'm on tour now. In fact, I have shows next week in St. Louis and Minneapolis. Go to cathygriffin.com for tickets. Hell, I'm going to be at Carnegie Hall on October 26th. I mean, come see me. I'm on a big tour. Um, but when I'm in between shows, I'm left to my own devices. And now I feel sick. Now, I'm this old. I'm this old.
Oh.
You can see that I slammed it on the counter for effect. Yeah. I'm, by the way, going through a divorce. And so I'm 63, single and sexy. And yet, how do you get beyond this? I'm now your grandma, your aunt. I'm that one cousin who's like kind of too old to be your cousin that you're always suspicious about. Like, what's your turn of the family? I'm that lady. And this has got like my blood pressure and my cholesterol and all the old lady meds. And then, of course, I do like the vitamin B complex and magnesium and all this stuff that I have no idea if it works. But I now am on the side where there are people trying to debunk Jaguar, right? And, look, I watched her on Piers Morgan against my free will because he's such a tool. But she really did go on his stupid show. But she went on there and really said things that would be shocking on another show, on any other show. So, I gotta admire the fearlessness, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying she's the oracle. I don't know her, but I do want to know. I do want to know the names. I admit it. And this is not Epstein Island. Like, as much as I don't care for Ellen DeGeneres is not involved in this. Like, stop that. That's super crazy. And like I said, the Obamas, the minute I hear people saying the Obamas were there, I'm out. You lost me. The Illuminati is not real. So stop saying that to young people. That's BS and you know it. So those are like the buzzwords where I like check out. But the testimonials from many, more than several young women that have the same story, you know, there is a reason. they are not being sued. So I am still open to probably unhealthy scrolling. I also just wanted to go on a rant about Nespresso. If you're listening, I have an espresso machine as well as my fancy coffee machine because the Nespresso one's easier to operate. But can I be really a dumb American and just say, can you put some of the descriptions of what these are in English in bigger letters? Yes, I'm at that age where I like larger font. In fact, I demand it. So I just made myself a cup of I don't know what. It was these two boxes. And this one is called Sclero, and this one is called Stormio. That doesn't help. I'm Kathy Griffin. I'm making my own coffee with my 2 Emmys and a Grammy. I'm too famous to be making my own coffee. How did this happen? Sorry, I have those rants in my head constantly when I'm not hearing voices. Anyway, have happy scrolling, everybody, and then when like the next piece of real information drops that's legit and it's by a source that has secondaries and tertiaries, we shall reconvene. You know I'm here. If not, I do keep forgetting to plug my own tours, so go to kathygriffin.com or my Instagram. There, I said Instagram. You know how people like the story time? This is more confession time. Last night, I lost my mind, and hi, you guys. It's me, Kathy Griffin, again for another tuna meltdown. So this is a tuna melt. Many have been asking. The my assistant makes for me, and I can't cook anything, due to my level of fame. It's too high. No, anyway, it's tuna with capers in it, which I like that part. Tuna fish, not like, the sushi kind. And then cheddar cheese. And then is the bread sourdough? The bread is sourdough, so it's delicious. All right, let's get down to business. I'm having a tuna meltdown because I'm really annoyed at how many comments I'm getting from idiots accusing me of not being pro the Menedez brothers because I made jokes about them in my specials back in the day. Yeah, no shit. Everybody did. But you are so wrong, so back the fuck off, Menedez brother advocates who don't know your shit, because I was the only one that went on record in real time saying, yes, they killed their parents, they've admitted that, but you don't just blow your parents' face off when you already have the money, you already have the status, and I believe their testimony, 100%. And I watched in real time. There used to be a thing called cable, and there used to be a channel called Court TV, and they carried that trial live. And I remember watching Lyle's testimony in particular in real time, and just thinking he's not making this up. This really sounds credible. And then, if you guys don't know that, there's a guy that used to be Menudo who made a documentary naming Jose Menedez, saying he was violently molested by him. Okay, so don't come at me because I made jokes about them, how cute they were back in the day. I also said, well, guess what? You put a toothbrush up your son's ass, he might pull your face off. So yeah, I stand by that because I believed them. I believed Lyle and Eric, their story, the whole time. All right, hold on. In fact, I took heat for it back in the day before social media because I did an interview with people magazine. So look it up, dickwads. Don't come at me. And I said, I believe their stories. But there's more. Yes, more. Oh, and by the way, because it's social media, here's a few seconds of me just eating my tuna melt.
She's crazy, you guys.
And the last thing I'll say, to those of you that think I wasn't on board with the Menedez brothers from the beginning because I made jokes about them, I have believed them from the beginning. And as a matter of fact, I have a painting in my house. Look who the painter is.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've communicated with Lyle twice. So I believe the boys then, and I believe the men now.
Wow.
How you guys? She's an icon.
My bad.
Hi, you guys. It's me, Kathy Griffin, having another tuna meltdown. Now, look, I can't keep this up. I cannot have a tuna melt today, which is what I'm up to because of you people and your love for me. I'm kidding. Let me get right to my t-shirt. That's right. Storm the boat. I went to see Stormy Daniels, American hero, American icon, last Saturday night at a club in LA called Club Bourbon. And she does her stand-up, not stand-up, which as a stand-up comic, I can't respect enough. And she's so funny and she's so herself, so please go see Stormy. Of course, I wanted to buy merch and represent number 34 convictions. And I think her testimony is the reason. That's how unflappable she is in real life. All right, bite of the tuna melon. Because you keep asking, this one is what kind of bread? This one's French bread. Usually it's sourdough, cheddar cheese, tuna fish salad or whatever, with capers is the key. Right? No, okay. It is as good as it looks. Like my filter, baby. Keep coming at me for the filter. Like I give a fuck. I'm not putting on facial makeup. Look at my hair. It's like, well, it's on my head. It's good enough. Anyway, going to a club was fun, but seeing Stormy was the icing on the cake because, first of all, when's the last time Mrs. Kathy was in a club? It's been a while. Yeah. 63, single and sexy. Yeah. But anything for Stormy. Hold on. I had throat cancer, I don't know if you know that, but I never smoked. I got lung cancer anyway. Not throat cancer, lung cancer. So I had my left lung removed, but it created this condition where I have to be mindful every time I swallow. Like seriously, whether it's a blowjob or a glass of water, I have to be mindful. That's some science for you. I'm just doing whatever I can to get this video banned. It'll only make me hotter. Now, the hurricane is happening right now. Not sure when you're seeing this video, but Hurricane Milton is real. So, my high school boyfriend flew out just in time and is staying with me with his husband. You heard me. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? That's for science to decide. You know, Stormy and I, we don't get caught up in labels. She did a Q&A also, which I like just as much as the stand-up. I like them equally, although I'm going to be honest, I could have watched the Q&A. No better than any of you, no worse than any of you. Doesn't try to be. She's so herself that all...
Okay, I don't really care about Stormy Daniels. I was just going through listening to all of the things over here. You guys can go over and check out Kathy Griffin on her TikTok. She has a lot. Like I only started here. I started on the Kamala shirt, but I mean, we could even go back. She has Diddy's and tuna melts back here. I wonder what she said in this one.
Hi, you guys. I can't figure out the algorithm or how to grow my social media, so I'm just going to make a video of me eating a tuna melt and see what happens. And yeah, I don't have a filter on. So if you guys bitch about that, way too much, by the way. Now, is this a mukbang? Or is that not a thing anymore? Should I start a YouTube channel? This is really cutting edge. I know I'm just eating a tuna milk, but I'm so obsessed with the Diddy stuff. I hope that girl Cassie is safe, and I'm not even kidding. You hear Kutcher might have been involved? Not shocked.
She's talking about Ashton Kutcher.
I worked with him one time. We co-hosted a charity thing. He didn't even talk to me. Isn't that weird? Like in between going out, I'd be like, "Oh, for this next award, what if we said this?" And he was off. It was when he just married to me more, so I thought he was cool. I was like, "Oh, you married an older woman? That's so cool." Not cool. But I'm upset with the people that are conflating the Diddy stuff with Jeffrey Epstein Island. Like I was somewhere and I heard someone talking about the Diddy stuff, and they're like, "Yeah," and then I guess they went to an island. I'm like, "Oh no, it was just his own fucking parties." Later, there were two different parties. I guess there was a set of parties that, let's say, went from I don't even know what 8 to midnight or something, and then afterwards they do the raping. Because I'm not going to call it what they called it because that name is almost harmless. Guys, what? Diddy ran a fucking rapatorium. Like, he was being Diddy, but he was really being a serial rapist. Allegedly. Oh, this video won't even show. I forgot. You can't say the word on here. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about while having my tuna milk. I'm doing deep dives. But I'll wait till actual evidence comes out. I know. Like that. Anyway, this will probably be suppressed. Okay, bye, you guys.
One more.
Hi, you guys. Get ready, kids, because today we're doing a coffee clutch. I'm not wearing pants. All right, there's the thing doing the thing. So I posted a ramble yesterday that did really well. Slowing back. Now look, I'm too famous to be making my own coffee, so let's just get that out of the way. Can you believe it? I'm also too famous to wear pants. And they're doing work on my street today, so I'm trapped in my house, which I'm secretly talking about. All right, I couldn't sleep because of Diddy. I know that sounds dramatic and I have no connection to it, but okay, the part where it's now been described by several people, and this is online, so it's not the real newspaper, and I get that. But about the dinner at some public restaurant where Diddy was with fucking Jimmy Iovine, who's a giant executive who's richer than God himself or herself, and who else was there? Two other famous people that watched Diddy take his fist and punch his then girlfriend, although I don't care if it was a random stranger, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a dude even. It does. It matters that it was a woman. And then apparently they continued like talking business. Let me tell you something. As someone who's been in trouble with the federal government, not just local law enforcement, that is unbelievable to me. If I had been at that restaurant, I would be in jail now because I could not just watch a man punch a woman in the stomach. She doubled over, and apparently he kept talking, and they like resumed the meeting. And that's that girl Cassie. And now people are finding pictures of her from going to red carpet events with like bruises and makeup covering. Where were we, sisterhood, women of the world? Look, the guys aren't going to do it. All right, it's up to us. Gay guys, maybe. So gay guys, I'm talking to you too, because you know we love you and we're down with you and down with you. So like I'm talking like that now, but I'm looking up Diddy videos so much that I'm a 63-year-old white lady saying shit like, we're down with you. The point is, I would not be able to just witness that happening to a woman or, by the way, or a queer person. But, you know, it goes so deep, the bro code. I'm not even saying the other folks at that table who watched are violent guys themselves. I don't know that. Oh, and by the way, the longer you watch this video, it doesn't mean I'm going to grow pants. This is my morning. Hold on, I have to do the espresso. As if I'm like not jacked up enough. Hold on. Okay, hi. And then I saw somebody read the entire indictment of the other girl from Danity Kane, the African American girl. She's got short hair in most of the pictures. I think her last name was Stewart. Sorry, I know Aubrey, and I have known her for many years, and I've never known her to be a liar. So I do know that Aubrey O'Day has been out there fearlessly. Like now we understand what that means to go up against Diddy. And what bums me out is on this app and other online apps, you know, when people start using the word Illuminati, they lose me. And when they start using the words Obama and Barack, so the conspiracy theory that I do believe is that's just for you, world, that one little piece. Um, it represents me in my career. I'm just standing alone over here. Anyway, the part that I think, the part I really need to come to light is law enforcement that he paid off. Because the video we finally saw of that poor Cassie getting the crap kicked out of her. First of all, now everyone believes her because there's the tape. Like, are we still in that era, ladies? And yet, I would imagine you would find that he has been paying off law enforcement, local hotel and restaurant security, and probably electeds, politicians. Not the Obamas. Get off that. We have a real issue to talk about. We don't have time for your Obama hating nonsense, Illuminati talking nonsense. It's not everyone in Hollywood. I've worked in Hollywood for decades. Yes, I'm just on the D list, but trust me, there is a group of people in Hollywood that is a small group that I have nothing to do with except I may run into them, but they're good at acting nice and normal. And I only met Diddy one time. I was presenting an award show, and I thought it'd be funny if I crashed his prayer circle. Because even then, I was like, really, Diddy? You're having a prayer circle? Oh, yeah. You're really convincing me you're a believer. But, you know, all the dancers were doing it, and maybe they were into it, but I just thought it'd be funny if, like, I just showed up as the only white person in the prayer circle, like, hey, I hope the Lord's got our back. Am I right, people? You know, and of course, he did not think that was funny one day. But Ashton Kutcher was there. He came right in and pushed me out of the way. I'm not saying he assaulted me. I'm saying he very much nudged me out of the way to get to his bestie Diddy, which was at that time. And I don't even ask me the year. It was probably the early 2000s. So let's see who else was involved, law enforcement wise, local electeds. Remember, you got state representatives, you got council, city council members. Let's start there. All right. Still watching, still obsessed, and hope you enjoyed.
You guys, that's a lot. That's a lot. I just wanted to bring that to our curvy crew. This was Kathy Griffin, comedian extraordinaire, D-list Queen of the D list, Kathy Griffin, and talking about Diddy, talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, talking about Justin Bieber, talking about the Menendez brothers, talking about Hollywood parties where Corey Gamble was in the same party. And Corey Gamble, I'm saying, I saw the picture of him outside Kim Porter's house the day they found her body. And I think allegedly the rumor is that he's the one that called it in. And I'm wondering what was Corey doing at that house and at a different party with all the other people. I'm not sure. And now I was wondering when Leonardo DiCaprio and Ashton Kutcher's asses are going to be dragged into this too, because I do not think that they are Biebers in this situation. Okay? That's just what I'm saying. Okay? And everything that we've heard here today is obviously allegedly for entertainment purposes, not to hurt, harm, or hinder. This is all just research and commenting. Hope you guys have a great day. You go out and remember what I always say, there's enough to go around, so go get some. See you in the next video. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, share the video, and ring the bell. Make it a great day.